of Spirited Drives and Unlimited Cars, or Unlimited Cars and Spirited Dishwasher. I don't know what we're doing today. Spirited Drives in Unreliable Cars, and we have the extreme pleasure of being somewhere today with a whole bunch of cars that are certainly very spirited, and I would never say unreliable. This is an amazing venue. And our venue today was selected by Mr. Bill Earl. Thank you so much for letting us come out here today, and you certainly found a great place to do a shoot. So what we're going to talk about today is those of us that are into cars, like you and I, we go to car shows. We're coming up on car show season. And everyone's getting excited. They're getting their, which shows you're going to go to. And do you ever have a hard time picking like which one you're going to go to?
Yes, it's just overwhelming how quickly the season fills up.
Yeah, you're right. You got two going, and they're on the opposite ends of the country. Yeah. But I'll tell you, for those of us that are into cars and go to car shows a lot, over the last few years, this is what we're going to talk with you about today. You are starting to see car shows pop up at assisted living homes. And this is really, really cool, especially for those folks that maybe have an older car, but really any kind of a cool car, because a lot of times you have people at assisted living homes that, well, maybe it's harder for them to get out and go look at cars, and they want to see the cars they grew up with, or they're just car folks and they want to see a cool car. And Bill has a great idea that I'm really excited to talk about today that kind of dovetails with that. So before we go any further, I want to go ahead and introduce again Mr. Bill Earl. And Bill, before we start talking about this really cool idea you've got, I'd like to know a little bit more about your car guy. What kind of cars are you into, have?
Pretty much everything. I currently own a 79 Volkswagen Scirocco that I'm working on.
Nice.
And then I have a 99 Toyota Tacoma I bought off of an old hot rodder last year.
Yeah.
And he's kind of put his hot rod touches on it. It's nothing I've ever seen before in the mini truck world. So I'm happy to.
That was a cool truck. He drove it here today, and you think, oh, Toyota Tacoma, and it's not often I'm going to say this. A Toyota Tacoma rolls in and catches my eye. His certainly did. And maybe I'll get some stills and we'll put that in the video. This is a sharp-looking, very clean little truck. It's done up nice.
Cannot take credit for doing it, but it's probably how I would like to have done it.
Yeah, great-looking truck. But back to this whole point on assisted living homes. Tell us again, why? What is it well, first of all, what is it you're doing and what led you to do it?
Okay, so what we're doing is a cruise that visits assisted living facilities. You could call it a cruise through. The facilities that I'm trying to pick out have really good loop roads around the property. So we do like 1 or 2 or 3 laps depending on how many cars we get.
So the idea is that the cars, instead of like setting up a show, the cars will just kind of drive through slowly and they can come out or look out the window.
Yeah, people are honking and revving the engines and have the residents seated out or on their balconies.
That's way cool.
Things like that.
And it keeps things nice and safe as well,
Yeah.
which I know is a big concern these days.
And that kind of led, the seed was planted 2 years ago. I work at an assisted living facility.
Oh, nice.
And everything got shut down. They weren't even playing bingo. They couldn't do anything. And so everybody was racking their brain, what could we do? And I knew that all the car shows were shut down. The guys were itching to do something with their cars. And so it turned into what I like to call a COVID-safe activity for them.
You're all in your cars, you're driving through, they can look out the window. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that was kind of where the seed was planted. And as we know, 2 years later, hopefully things are going to keep going better. But like where I work, as soon as we get a couple of cases, everything shuts down for a few weeks, and it starts all over again. And with the Department of Health protocol, so if we schedule one of these, we don't have to cancel it.
Well, and even setting the whole COVID thing aside, let's pretend COVID never existed.
Right.
I think it's a wonderful idea to have the cars roll through windows because they can't always easily get outside. What if it's raining? We're in the Pacific Northwest. It's a wonderful idea, COVID or non-COVID. It's just, I guess COVID maybe inspired the idea, and I think it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, I mentioned at the beginning, it's hard because, at least for me and a lot of other car guys, you would see these assisted living home shows pop up 3 or 4 days in advance, and again, you're already trying to figure out right now everyone's got their whole summer already booked out if you're a car person. So it was really kind of hard to make a lot of these assisted living shows. I love the idea, but I was only able to make a couple of them. You've done something to kind of help that, as far as planning the summer out and planning your shows. So
Yeah.
what is it that you were telling me? I mean, you've got a schedule, or you're working?
Yeah, I'm doing, this year I'm planning on doing one a month. I have 3 books so far. We're working on September locations and dates.
Oh, wow.
And one of the things that I try to do is make sure everybody has the rest of the day, like we have to plan around the meals first of all.
Oh, right.
They're very scheduled on when they want their meals, and so we're kind of doing it between like 10 and 12:30. And that gives us enough time to hit like 2 locations that are nearby each other.
Oh, sure, because if it's rolling, you can catch 2 or 3 in a day, let's say.
Yeah. So we kind of get in and get out. Everyone can go about the rest of their day.
Nice. And you're going to get us your schedule so we can maybe get that on the video, and you can maybe get it on your calendar?
Real quickly, June 18th in Milton, we're visiting 2 facilities. July 23rd, we're doing M.A.L.T, a couple of facilities. Maybe
Washington State?
Yes, Washington State. Possibly 3 in M.A.L.T, but at least 2.
Nice.
August is in Puyallup with 2.
Okay.
And then September, we're hoping to Sumner Bonnie Lake area.
Okay. So get it on your calendar. I'm going to go ahead and put that up on the video. It's great if some of you can make even 1 or 2 of these. Again, I've done some of these shows, and if you want to talk about an appreciative audience, the people and the smiles that you get when they have all of these cars roll through. And what's very meaningful to me is it's also the community letting them know we care about you, we're here, we want to do something neat for you outside, even outside of the norm. How often do they get really cool cars to roll through?
Yeah.
Can I ask you, are you open to people having an idea? You might get flooded. I've got this assisted living home in my town, or I've got a couple that my daughter or I work at, and would you allow them to send you that information, or send it to me and I can get it to you and you can see if you can book it on your schedule?
I'm never going to say no. I've actually even had that happen already a couple of times.
Way cool.
And honestly, given that in the greater Tacoma, Puyallup area, we could probably almost do one a weekend. Because there's so many of these facilities.
Well, you might even have folks that jump in that are from a town further away that maybe if you can't make it, they could partner with you and they could set something up to help you or dovetail off what you're doing in their town.
Absolutely.
That's a plug. Keep that in mind. We would love to see this happen. This is great. Are you looking for any, is it a one-man show? Are you doing this all yourself right now?
Yes. When I did it 2 years ago at my facility, due to circumstances, we only had 2 weeks to plan it. And I did a bulk of it myself, and it was a lot of hard work. But this year I'm actually feeling relaxed because all I'm doing is bringing the cars to the facilities. And I have some ideas that I'm passing along to the facilities of what they can do on the residents' end to make it fun for them. But I'm just picking locations, like we're using the Lowe's parking lot to meet up the first one.
Okay.
And then I've planned the route, and then it's basically on site. The facilities will have people directing traffic and that kind of thing.
A lot of folks, even folks that are in the car culture, don't realize how much work goes into this. I've planned many runs, and I got to tell you, late hours, looking at maps, looking at Google Maps, thinking about time, what other events are going on, is there a parade going on, what direction are we going, because we want to go clockwise, and traffic lights, and how many cars are going to be. There's a lot of work that goes into these, and you're planning multiple runs. So this has got to be taking up a lot of your time.
Yeah, somewhat. Now, again, having done it 2 years ago, I kind of had a template.
Sure.
And I last year I was hoping to do some, and life got in the way. But so I've had a whole year to kind of germinate and figure things out. And
a lot of time on the phone and email.
Yeah, definitely doing that. And like you said, even studying maps, because I would love to go to every facility, but some of them don't have the nice ingress, egress, or however you want to call that.
Thank you so much for setting all of that up, again, with the time involved. I mean, I know you're just doing it because you feel it's a really cool thing to do, and it is. So thank you so much for doing that. Would you like some help? I mean, got you on video, shameless plug again. Would you appreciate somebody reaching out and saying, hey, how can I help? All right, Bill.
That would be great. Yeah, we can talk and try to figure something out to.
All right.
to get people involved?
You can, I'll go ahead and leave my contact information, and if you'd like to help Bill out, if you've got an assisted living home in your area and you think maybe they've got a great parking lot or it'd be a great venue to have this rolling car show go through, you can reach out to me and I'll forward it to you, and maybe we'll see what we can make happen.
Yeah.
All right, this is exciting. Car shows are always great. Cars for a cause, as I call it, when there's actually a meaning behind what you're doing, is always to me, it's double the fun. So this is awesome. This is a great idea. It's such a great idea. It's like, how come nobody else didn't do this sooner? But you did. Maybe it'll take off.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for doing this interview. Thanks, Grills, for
Thank you very much, Chris. So I might catch some still shots here on the way out. It's gonna be a shoot I'm gonna have to do one of these days. How can you not be here and want to do more? All right. Good luck, and again, Bill Earl. And you don't really have a name for this yet. Yeah, you were just.
I do actually.
Okay, what are we calling it?
We're calling it the M.A.L.T. Run, and the M.A.L.T. stands for Multiple Assisted Living Tour.
Multiple Assisted Living Tour, M.A.L.T. Run, not the other M.A.L.T. It's not that kind. You do that on your own time. This is something that we're actually doing to help these folks out. So I hope to see you there. I hope you tell your friends and family who want to come along with their cool cars. Maybe you can ride along in one of the other cars.
And I would just like to add too that we're open to anything. We had the first one I did. I had an off-road Jeep club that reached out. That wanted to come. Even if you got a minivan, it's all about giving them attention and love and putting a smile on their faces.
So cool. So cool. Again,
all right.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Ben.
All right,
Appreciate it.
Ben with Spirited Drives. Ben with Spirited Drives, Unreliable Cars. If you like the video, if you like what we're doing, please feel free to give us a like. Look down below, follow what we're doing, and if you have any ideas for a cool location, cool car, cool garage, you want us to come take a look at what you've got, feel free to reach out. We'd love to do a shoot. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.